Hey, Steve. Good morning. Okay, good morning and welcome to the March City Manager and Mayor's Press Conference. We have quite a few things to talk about this morning, so we're going to ping pong back and forth. I want to start off with something that's still on our mind and being worked on very hard by City Manager and staff and this governing body, and that is our budget. So if I can ask the City Manager to...
Good morning, everybody. So as the mayor mentioned, the team and I are working very diligently on our FY26 budget preparation. We've actually been working on it since last summer, believe it or not. And so I've been working very closely with the city teams as well as with the mayor and council. We've shared before that we are still projecting about a $17 million deficit going into FY 2026. It's interesting as we have been looking into our fee schedules. I mean, there's things that we haven't touched in 10 years. And so we definitely want to get that in front of the Policy and Finance Committee and ultimately the governing body to look at some proposed fee adjustments as we go through the budget process. And then again, as we continue working through the budget process over the next couple of months, we'll be working very closely with City Council throughout April and May to look at some proposed reductions, efficiencies, things of that nature. I think that we've shared that we're looking at a lot of our vacant positions. We're looking at ways to do things with fewer people. We mentioned last month that we were looking at a hiring freeze, and essentially what we've done is we have assembled a position review committee to really scrutinize the positions that we are filling. I'll give you an example of something that we've done. We are talking about potentially, we had just as an example, an accounts payable position that's been vacant since December. And so what we're looking at doing is consolidating some of those duties with other staff members and being able to reduce that position moving forward. And so although we mentioned a hiring freeze, it really is just more of a more scrutinized hiring process that we're going through to justify the positions that we're actually filling. Speaking of the budget process, we also recently put out our proposed CIP projects. I do want to highlight, speaking of some of the streets and things that are in our CIP or our capital improvement plan, I would like to announce that Southwest Topeka Boulevard is actually now open to northbound and southbound traffic through 21st intersection. There are still some closures associated with that project as we hope to complete it by next month, end of next month. But again, construction still is going on there. Also, too, we started the paving on 29th Street. I know there's been definitely some folks who have said, hey, it's great that you're doing all this work, but try to get some of these projects finished. And so the teams, as the weather's been warming up, asphalt plants are open, concrete plants are open, and so the teams are hitting it hard. So definitely want to give kudos to our streets and our public works folks, as well as our utilities folks, really getting after it as materials have become available. Also, too, as part of the CIP, I think one of the council members mentioned in our last governing body meeting that over the last several weeks, we've approved about, I want to say, $25 million worth of projects. So we're getting projects out, we're getting projects moving. Our public works team and our communications team actually recently shared some maps of all the planned major projects we have going on for this year. Even though we may not have schedules exactly for each of those projects, we want to share with the public where our work is going to be this year, get it out there so that anybody has any questions or wants more information, that the information is out there. All that can be found on our website at topeka.org. So that's kind of where we're at with the CIP.
I might want to mention that as the city manager lines out what we're trying to do, we're trying to get these projects started as soon as possible and keep them on a strict timeline. I think that we always have been concerned about liquidated damages when we don't get the timelines met that we expect from some of the contractors. Sometimes it's out of their hands as well because of weather. And I think people have to keep that in mind when they're saying, why is it taking so long? Well, when you get 14 inches of snow, that slows a whole lot of things down for a lot of our projects. But it's important for us to let the public know that it's not for lack of wanting to get these things started, but as soon as the weather has made a break, we've started it up. I think the manager talked about the potholes. I can't remember, it was like 6 teams or six teams of crews out there already filling in those potholes. And I drive by them almost every day in some part of the town. So I know they're a concern. I can encourage the community to use that C-Click fix because we don't see them all. We don't know where they all are. But use that application so that it can be put on the list and we can address it as soon as possible. And another thing, safety. Please be careful when you see these crews out there. I know a couple times I've seen people, it seems like they're trying to hit somebody working on the streets. Just slow down. Give them plenty of room, let them get their work done, and let them get back home safely. So I just wanted to make sure that people know that we're on this as quickly as possible because we have a short time here in Kansas to get a lot of our road repair work. I want to thank, too, the businesses that are affected by these road closures and changes in routes. My wife and I particularly, we've made it a point to try and go to those businesses who have been inconvenienced because of the road constructions. And I would ask the citizens to do that as well. If you've had a favorite place that's been kind of difficult to get to because of the changes in the route, make an extra effort to give them your business because they really count on that business. And it's important for us to make it even better and safer so that as we continue and move forward. But give them some time, give them some help, and frequent those small businesses that have been affected. It's important for us to not give up on them because it's a little inconvenient to get to it. So I just wanted to make that point that it's important to thank those businesses who have been patient with us during this time. It's very difficult. I just wanted to talk about a couple things that I had a chance to participate in. Of course, the 15th, we had the St. Patrick's Day Parade. It surprised me again because of the weather. I thought it might be a smaller crowd, but it was pretty busy and very crowded, a very good, well-organized parade. People had a lot of fun. What I really liked also was seeing the activity over at Evergy Plaza before and afterwards, because it's not like you just come down for the parade and you go home. People were there well in advance, participating in the vendors and the activities there. And then after the parade, they were still there too. When I left, there was still a pretty good crowd. So I want to appreciate people attending those things. It takes a lot of work to put those parades together, but it was a fun event. So I thank you for showing up. The other thing I went to was a very different groundbreaking for the Pope Quincy Viaduct. Have you seen most groundbreakings? They're outside, and they really turn some dirt as it is for the groundbreaking. But because of the weather and the seriousness of the conditions down there for traffic, we had one at the top of the tower, and it was well attended. It was fun, but it really is sending the signal that Pope Quincy Viaduct is in full gear now, and there's going to be even more in the way of construction going on that will change your route to school from work, from wherever you may want to go. So give yourself plenty of time so that you can get to where you want to be safely. The other thing I want to talk to is some people may not think about this. I know I hadn't really that much, but cities are known for different things. Kansas City, City of Fountains. Topeka ranks very high. In fact, we have earned another recognition for 2024 Tree City USA from the Arbor Day Foundation. There is a lot that goes into that, and I know people think, well, they're trees, they just grow wherever they grow. there's a lot that goes with it. There's a lot of planning that goes into that, a lot of it that affects the way we approach some of our properties and take care of our properties. So congratulations to Topeka, because I think it's one of the attractive things about our city. I saw a picture that was taken by a professional photographer, and it kind of represented the Golden City, and it was taken from a position that to the south of the Capitol. And the Capitol rose in the picture, obviously, but what was really impressive to me in that picture was you could see a lot of trees, and embedded in those trees, you could see all these houses, different colors of houses, and it just really made that picture to seeing that those treetops around the neighborhood. So I wanted to bring that up. Another thing that is part of our repair and taking care of our neighborhoods, and I'll go back to the city manager, let him give some details to it, but I want to remind the public of our 50/50 sidewalk repair program. So city manager, if you can put some little detail and contact information for the community.
Yeah, so one of the things that I love about Topeka is that although property owners are responsible for maintaining the sidewalks adjacent to their properties, the city does have a program that works in collaboration with the property owners, by which we'll share in the cost of that, understanding the importance of our residents and visitors being able to walk our streets. So as mentioned, we do have a 50/50 sidewalk repair program. There's qualifying criteria for the program that can be found at topeka.org under for residents, information for your projects. So we want to just, as we're coming into the spring and summer months, we want to make the community aware and bring some focus to that program that's available for any residents who want to collaborate with the city on sidewalk repair. Obviously, there's some criteria out there, but I just want to make sure that the community is aware of this program and this resource. Something that the mayor had mentioned, the C-Click Fix program. I want to expand on that a little bit. So C-Click Fix is really it is a communication tool with the city by which visitors, residents can report various issues or request various city services via online tool. One of my FY 2025 strategic goals is to actually streamline our customer service and be more readily available to the community. So along with the C-Click Fix, we have a call center number that operates out of our utilities group. One of the things that has been brought to my attention is challenges that we have with folks calling 911 for non-emergency type services, like a downed tree limb or something of that nature. Given some of the challenges that we're having with our 911 staffing, the call load, the workload, what we really want to do is be able to give our residents and citizens a customer service line that's easy to remember. It took me about just over 9 months to remember our call center number. It's 368-301-11. I finally got it. But what other cities have done is establish a 311 call number. And so what we want to be able to really do here in Topeka as far as streamlining our customer service is you have 911 for emergency calls, and then you have 311 for any other city service. So that way, not that I'm advocating for people calling while they're driving, but it'll be simple for somebody just to dial 311 and be connected to any city service. And so the team and I are working on that. And again, it's twofold really. It's to be able to give just quick access to city services, but then also to hopefully reduce some of the numbers that go to our 911 dispatch, and hopefully reduce some of their call load as well. So we'll be working on that over the next few months. And then along those lines, as far as trying to promote Topeka and all the wonderful services and things that we have to offer here, we have been speaking with, leadership out of Fort Riley, and They actually have for transitioning soldiers out of Fort Riley and out of Fort Leavenworth. They have what they call Kansas Keep Tours, and what they do is for soldiers who are close to retirement or transitioning out of the military, they tour those soldiers to cities in Kansas with the hopes to keep them here in Kansas. And so, as we were recently contacted by Fort Riley, we asked that they bring some soldiers here in July. We said July for the fact that number one, they'll be able to come and tour all of the educational, all the career, all the housing options that Topeka offers. But also they could probably take advantage of our fiesta as well. And so that way they have an opportunity to see also the cultural richness of Topeka. And so, as I understand, this last occurred about 2 years ago. Washburn University took the lead a couple years back on this tour. Washburn, as I understand, is going to participate in this along with the city of Topeka, as well as the Greater Topeka Partnership. I know that the GTP is looking to revitalize their military liaison council, and so we just thought this would be a great collaboration to bring soldiers here with the intent to keep our soldiers here and help grow our city. So we, again, hadn't happened in a couple of years, and I told the Fort Riley folks that I'd be interested in us hosting this maybe once a quarter or maybe once every 6 months, because I do believe that individuals who've served in the military, they can bring a lot to a community. I grew up in a military family. I know there's several veterans here, including the mayor. And so I think this is an opportunity for us to keep soldiers here and help grow our city.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And it's not just Fort Riley. I think Fort Leavenworth, too,
Yes,
also is interested in that. And, you stop and think about it. Topeka, for military service personnel, there are job opportunities here in Topeka for skilled individuals. And in the military, you learn skills and you learn a lot of other things that go along with a reliable workforce. But in Topeka, you stop and think about it, we have our own VA medical center. Not a lot of cities have that available to veterans. That's extremely important. We have the 190th, the Air Guard here out at MTAA. They could transition from full-time service in the Army or something and maybe go either part-time or even civilian jobs out there at MTAA as we continue to try and grow our services and our representation in the air industry there. We're talking about trying to get the KC-46 here in MTAA, and that will require more trained personnel. And the more we can attract skilled individuals to Topeka to grow our population, to make us richer in what we have to offer. And we stop and think about this. We talk a lot about veterans. And today I wanted to bring this up on the heels of what the city manager was talking about. Today in Arlington, Texas, they're dedicating the first ever members of that tour, city manager's office and or the Greater Topeka Partnership. They would be more than glad to, I think, include you in the activities of those servicemen and by .org/TPD. And be realistic about what you think would make a positive impact in our community. Get educated about what they and to put people in place that against any effort to try and I'll let the city manager talk to it, but we have Steve here though as well. I don't think there should be any concerns. I think like every planned construction project, a lot has gone into detailing the alternate routes that would be available for the community. So as I said earlier, you know, for businesses, small businesses who have already encountered that restricted traffic, there's still an effort to make sure that if everybody wants to get to the expo center, they can still get there. There's just different ways to get to it. Same way with the Fiesta. It's located in, everybody knows where it is, down in the Oakland area. There are several access points that you can take as an alternative to Branner Street. And again, that Branner Street Bridge, that's going to be a welcome improvement. So even though it's an inconvenience for a time, I think the residents who use that on a daily basis, once that project is completed, I think they'll be really glad that it's done because it's long overdue.
He said.
Also, are there any updates on the proposals for Hotel Topeka? I know that we had y'all mentioned that last time. I was just seeing if there was anything with that.
I'll leave it to city manager because I try to stay out of those at arm's length because I want to make sure that I'm not showing any kind of leaning towards or giving any favor to one person or other. I think that they've all been vetted very well. I think I see some progress, but no progress that I am willing to share or able to share at this time because the details can change pretty much overnight, but I'll let city manager address.
And I'll just continue just by sharing that, again, you all know that we have six offers on the table. We are working on back and forth, particularly with a few that we think are a little bit more that are going to be a little bit more advantageous for the city. And so we shared with the TDC a couple weeks ago that hopefully, again, one of the strategic goals for this year is to sell it. So we are working on making that sale. And as soon as we get to a place where we're comfortable sharing details, we will. But we just continue to work through and we continue to work through and back and forth on terms of potential deals.
Very encouraging.
Yeah.
I know, City Manager too, you had mentioned earlier kind of talking about the policing staffing. Is there any update that you can provide on kind of what police staffing looks like for the city right now?
Yeah, so I've told the chief, we mentioned the hiring freeze or whatever. I basically told both chiefs, hey, just tell me what you need to fill. That way we can move forward. Again, I believe we have north of 10 cadets going through police academy right now. And I know that the chief is looking to both chiefs actually are looking to set fall academy classes. So we're just continuing to move forward on our staffing.
One final thing for me at least, Washburn plays today, and that's really exciting. Is there anything, with Washburn being where they are that, is really kind of exciting for you guys, or just, what that exposure with Washburn right now means for the city or means to y'all?
Well, you may not know, but I'm a member of the Board of Regents for Washburn. And so anything positive that comes to Washburn is fantastic for us, that we're cheering them on. Washburn is on a real roll. Dr. Mazachek and her entire staff, I think, have really come out of the gate running at full speed. And with the increase in their enrollment and all the other programs, the new scholarship programs they put out there to make it attractive to a lot of people wanting to go to college and still stay at home. I mean, it is a very active, busy, and I think a vibrant campus to be a part of. And when you look at the TV news coverage of those games that they have out there, you could just see they're packed all the way to the top, and people are just so excited that they have had such a great run. But they work hard at it, and they deserve the accolades that they get now.
And I know we talked about the Keep Tours. Washburn University is definitely going to be one of those gems, or particularly for soldiers who are transitioning. I mean, they have benefits for school, and I mean, Washburn, if they choose to stay here, Washburn is definitely going to be a great opportunity for anybody who moves here, lives here. And again, it can only bring benefits to our city if Washburn is successful. So.
Does this also kind of point to, I know we have Lawrence and we have Manhattan, we have K-State, and KU, but it also kind of pulls in to show Topeka can be that sports hub as well.
Yeah, it always helps when you are at the top of your game. But Washburn has consistently fielded good teams in sports, but their dedication to providing that environment with the building of that sports center that they have. If you haven't had an opportunity to visit it, you've got to walk in there and see that thing. I've been in there for some of their track meets, and it's just really exciting to be in that environment. So Washburn has made a commitment to that, and they're taking care of their ball fields and everything else. So, yeah, Washburn may not have got the attention as some of the those other universities, but they deserve the attention here in Topeka.
I know too, you had just mentioned talking about the veterans, staying here in Topeka and everything. I know one concern that has really come up, and it hasn't just been a Kansas thing, but it's been kind of all over the U.S., is all of the federal cuts that are happening. And a lot of veterans are, concerned with those cuts that are happening, or people trying to transition. What does it mean for the city to be able to say, we're going to do what we can to make sure that you have those opportunities?
Go ahead.
Well, yeah, and I mean, while we recognize what's happening at the federal level, the state of Kansas, the city of Topeka, we're open for business, and I mean, both our police chief and fire chief, anytime they can get somebody with a military background, I mean, we're all for it. And again, too, the thing about the military is that, I mean, you have every career within the military. If we can we need some engineers. If the federal, folks don't want to hire them, we have vacant engineer positions. that would be we'd be very grateful to get here. And so while there may be some things going on at the federal level, I mean here at the city, despite whatever's happening with our budget, we definitely have positions that we could fill with anybody who wants to move here.
Yeah, and even if we don't hire them for a job, we want that the environment of entrepreneurship in Topeka to be really strong. So maybe coming out of the military, now that I'm out, I want to do something on my own, start my own small business. We support very strongly small business entrepreneurship. And so that's another opportunity and environment I want our potential new recruits to Topeka to have, so that they are really attracted to us, to have those available for them and the support systems be available to them.
And I think, again, going back to the partnership and collaboration with GTP, really being able to bring the business community out, again, just all the resources that we have available to anybody who might want to relocate here, is definitely something great to highlight.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I drilled you.
Was that a drill?
Okay, well, thank you very much for attending and for the questions. Have a great weekend.
Thank you all.